Well, we finally get to meet him.
I'm nervous. What do you think he'll be like?
Oh, don't worry, Billybob. It'll be all right.
I sure hope you're right, Sally. You know, I don't even know why they had to move our last pastor in the first place. We didn't even need a new one.
I know it's hard, but you have got to try to stay positive. Everything's going to be all right, as long as he's not one of them liberals.
Gosh, I hope not.
Just a second.
You think he'll have tattoos? Or worse, could he be a
Millennial? Heavens no, they would never do that to us.
No.
Okay, come on in.
Here we go.
How are you?
Our worst fears have come true.
Well, would you all like to take a seat? Good afternoon, y'all. I am Pastor McHipster, and I'm really looking forward to working with y'all at my first appointment. And if y'all wouldn't mind reminding me what your name and position at the church is, that would be super helpful.
See, he cannot even remember our names from that AOL instant messenger I sent him last month.
Well, I'm Billybob. I am a lay leader here at the church.
Good to meet you, sir.
And I'm Sally. I'm the head of pastor, parish relations.
Nice.
Let's make sure we wash our hands after this so we don't catch his liberal.
So, lazy and unmotivated basement dwelling Pastor McHipster. What do you want to talk about today?
So I've had conversations with the previous pastor and the treasurer. I wanted to hear from you all what you think we do really well here. How's the church doing?
Well, young man, we just have the best worship around the Atlanta area. See, we have these new leather-bound hymnals. Our Sunday schools are fantastic. We have their organist. She has been here for 55 years. Our worship is incredible.
So it's great that y'all love the church so much and that you're really passionate about it. But I read that no one has been baptized here in 18 months and no one's joined the church in, 5 years? So I think we really need to evaluate our health as a congregation.
Well, I just don't think you can come in here and say that we're unwelcoming and uninviting. I mean, we welcome everyone who wants to be just like us.
So, I brought with me a couple of the books that I studied in seminary when I was in a class looking at the way that we renew and revitalize the church. And the reason that I asked a lot of those questions that seemed kind of harsh was because when we look at books like Signs of the Spirit by Howard Snyder, we learn that a church needs a holistic vision. So we'll talk more about the balance of the things that we practice and the ways that we focus on our community, but we have to focus on and know what we're good at so that we can move forward as a congregation.
I really appreciate that you put it like that. And I guess we're not always honest with ourselves about the own health of our congregation. I sure hope that you'll help us reevaluate the healthiness of our congregation and community and get it back so it's just doing good.
Yeah.
One of the first things that we need to pay attention to is the relationship between our inward focus and our discipleship process and what we do in the community, our outreach. We have to be able to do both. Do you think we have that as a congregation?
Well, We already said how amazing our Sunday school groups are. I got a class of 2 people. We used these books from the 1970s, and boy, it just takes me back. And every summer, we send a group to Mexico, and we paint a school that's been painted 7 times already every summer, and it just really blesses us.
So I know that we love our Sunday school classes here, but I have to ask, when we're honest about it, are people coming to faith in new ways and growing from the things that we're discussing? Are they helping people along in their process of discipleship? And I have to ask, is our outreach sharing the gospel with our city in any relevant or new way?
That's really hard to say. Do Evangelicubes count?
It's really important that we learn how to do both of these things, how we learn how to work for justice and to share the gospel with people around the world. And I think it's great we already have ways of doing both, but we can do so much better, I think. And that's why we're going to get some people around these ways of researching our area.
You know, I think I actually agree with you, Basement Dweller. We do need to pay more attention to the community around our church, and some new things in our discipleship groups would be great. I think they do have to grow alongside each other.
Great. So glad that's your position. With all of what we've talked about in mind, let's shift our focus to the vision for the church. Where do you all see this church in 50 years? And what are we doing to secure that future for the congregation?
Well, I would just love to see some young families in here with children. It is so great to see future generations build a church community and learn how to keep it going.
So how about this? What if we get a group of people together to study and learn where the young people are in the community and what their concerns are, what this church could do to serve them well?
You know, that's a great idea. Let's get a group together to talk about that soon. And, you know, maybe even someone new would join our church. But I mean, who wouldn't want to join our church?
Anyway, with all that we've talked about so far, how are we going to connect these new conversations about our church life to our vision for the future?
Well, I think you bring up some things that are hard to talk about. They are issues that we must address to secure a healthy future.
Well, that's so great to hear, and I can't wait to get started on working on these things together. I know it's hard to talk about the way that we kind of have some things to sort out and change, but I think we've done some great work discussing the holistic vision for the future of this congregation, and I'm really looking forward to putting some of these things into motion.
You know what? I think we agree. Thanks, Liberal. That didn't go nearly as bad as I thought it would.
You all know I can hear you, right?
Pastor, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank y'all.
You ready to head on out of here?
I really am.
Okay. Oh, one more thing, Pastor.
Sure.
We know some people believe that the Bible is written in Greek and Hebrew, but we believe it was written in King James English. You believe that too, right?
I think we need to sit back down